Hi, I'm Gia, and today I'm gonna be rendering a portrait of Devon Aoki that I made. And this is kind of be like a tutorial. Not really. It's kind of all over the place, but hang in there, But here I'm just cleaning up the sketch, because when I sketch, it's like really messy, and then I clean it up later. After that, I pick my base colors and I fill in the skin and the hair, the clothes, and all that with the base color. I also prefer to manually color in everything because it gives me a feel that I'm actually drawing on paper. So please don't say anything about that. After I block in all the colors, I go in and I start shading, and I just take a more reddish, darker color than the skin tone and go around the edges and any places that there's shadow. I kind of think about rendering as makeup. So right now I'm putting a little bit of a lighter shade of the skin tone on the high points of her face because it'll create more definition later on. But sometimes I choose too much of a pale color, which I did here. Later on I fixed that with a more warmer tone. And right now it kind of washes her out a little bit, which was my mistake. But I used a little bit of a warmer, lighter color later on to fix that. Here I take a more reddish kind of orange color for the blush, and I go on a different layer and I set the layer to multiply, I think, and then turn down the opacity and blend, and that's gonna also help with shadows and stuff. But I chose a more orangey kind of color because the whole entire vibe is more brown and warm tone. So I wanted to keep that going. here I go in on a different layer. It's kind of like what we just did, but I go on a different layer and I choose more of like a blue, purple tone, and I put that in my shadows because to balance out the colors and to give definition. It just makes it better. After I do all of that, I go in a different layer that's above the line art layer to fix up the line art and go over it in brown. Most of the time, not always, but usually before I used to put it all in the same layer, but I had the fear that I would lose all the work. Also, sorry if you can hear my dog in the back. I actually struggled quite a lot with the nose. At first I thought I made her nose too small, and then I made it too big, and then the shadows were all wonky, and so then I had to fix it so many times, and I don't know, I had to take a break from it, and then I eventually kind of fixed it. So now I think it looks okay, but still, it took me a while. Next, I'm just doing exactly what I did previously with the shadows and the blues and the purples, and just putting a more intense purple for a shadow. This next technique, I guess, I got it from TikTok, but it's alright. It's basically supposed to help a glow in the face. I don't know. I put a yellow in the middle of the face and then an orange surrounding the face, and then I blur it out with the Gaussian blur, and it's supposed to make the skin more glowy, and I wanted that especially because the picture was kind of like Y2K, and I kind of wanted to emulate that. Honestly, for the hair, I do the exact same thing that I do with the skin. I just go around and do the shadows. Then I start to go over the liner and everything. And then I add highlights. It's literally the exact same thing I did with the skin. And for some reason, I struggled so hard with hair for a long time. And I just recently found out how to do it, and I don't know, I feel like you have to go through your own process of how you want to draw hair, but this is just how I draw hair. And sometimes I don't always follow these things that I'm showing you. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Also, I kind of forgot to mention, but my iPad does this weird thing with the screen protector that I have, because I used to have a different screen protector and a different iPad, and it was the paper-like one, and now I have a different paper-like one. It's a whole entire thing. But anyway, there's little lines that show up in places that I don't put lines. So if you see those lines, just ignore them, because I'm gonna fix it. I promise. It just happens. I'm sorry. Now I'm just adding the highlights that I did before, but this time really light, because in the picture she has kind of a mixture of colored hair. Lastly, I'm just adding some texture to her little shirt she's wearing. She's a model, so important. This is the final product. I hope you guys liked it. And also, tell me what you guys want to see, because I can do more videos like this, or I can do more tutorials, So thanks for watching.